Welcome everyone to another startup and automobile documentation. What we have here is a 2022 Hyundai Santa Fe Limited. Hyundai calls this exterior color quartz white. It does have smart key access on the front doors. On the key fob, you have the buttons for lock, unlock, power tailgate release, panic, remote start, and then with these buttons you can actually remote control park the vehicle. Like, it'll drive itself a few feet out of a parking space. The car will just turn on and just drive itself. The front door panels have storage with bottle holders. It does have a premium Harman Kardon sound system. Power windows, locks, and mirrors, obviously. You also have power folding mirrors. Two-person memory settings for the driver's seat. This Limited has a beige interior with the standard leather seat upholstery. Both of the front seats are fully power, and for the driver, you also have power thigh extension and four-way power lumbar support. But now that we're behind the wheel, we'll go ahead and start the engine, and along with Smart Key, it does have a push-button start. The Santa Fe is a midsize crossover that dates back to 2001 when it was launched as Hyundai's first ever SUV. It has since become one of Hyundai's best-selling models. As of the 2024 model year, it is now in its 5th generation. This 2022 model we have here represents the 4th generation of the Santa Fe, codenamed TM, which was produced from model years 2019 through 2023. Unlike the generation that came before it, which was sold here as both the long-wheelbase Santa Fe and the short-wheelbase Santa Fe Sport, the TM Santa Fe went back to being sold in the US in just one wheelbase, with just 2 rows of seats, although a 3rd row was offered internationally. For 2021, the TM Santa Fe got a pretty substantial mid-cycle refresh, which included some freshened-up styling, new features, and a new engine lineup, but surprisingly enough, a new platform as well. Yes, it switched to a newer platform in the middle of a generation, which is something I've not heard of happening too often. As part of the Santa Fe's 2021 refresh, the model got, as mentioned before, an entirely new lineup of engines, including debuting hybrid and plug-in hybrid powertrains. The refreshed 4th Gen Santa Fe rides on the Hyundai Kia N3 platform. The US market 2022 Santa Fe was offered in the following trim levels. First, for the fully gas-powered Santa Fe range, SE, SEL, XRT, Limited as seen here, and the range-topping calligraphy. Next, for the Santa Fe Hybrid, Blue, SEL Premium, and Limited. Finally, for the Santa Fe Plug-in Hybrid, SEL Convenience, and Limited. Now as for engine options, the standard Santa Fe had 2 to choose from. There was a 191 horsepower 2.5-liter naturally aspirated inline-4 found in SE through XRT trims, and the other engine, found in the Limited and Calligraphy models, was a 2.5-liter turbocharged inline-4 with 281 horses. As for transmissions, the naturally aspirated engine was paired to an 8-speed torque converter automatic, while the 2.5-liter Turbo 4 is paired to an 8-speed dual-clutch automatic. As for the hybrid and plug-in hybrid Santa Fe's, their powertrain is comprised of a 1.6-liter turbo inline-4 with an electric motor paired to a 6-speed torque converter automatic transmission. As for drivetrains, non-hybrid Santa Fe's have the option of either front-wheel drive or HTRAC all-wheel drive, while hybrids and plug-in hybrids get the all-wheel drive as standard. Competitors for the 22 Santa Fe included the Ford Edge and Nissan Murano. In Hyundai's US 2022 crossover lineup, the midsize 2-row Santa Fe slotted between the compact Tucson and the midsize 3-row Palisade. So we have a fully digital instrument cluster, and that can be gone through via the controls on the steering wheel. Your attention level, your trip computers, driving info, digital speedometer, a compass, tire pressure. If you hold OK on the settings, on the infotainment display, it'll bring up some of your safety aids. As you can see, quite a lot of stuff on this one. It has a 3-spoke design, heated, multifunctional, leather-wrapped steering wheel. As for controls, on this side, you have your audio controls along with your different modes, voice control, and Bluetooth. And then on this side, you'll find your information display controls along with your adaptive cruise controls, your following distance for that, and your lane following assist. The steering wheel is tilt and telescopic. The parking brake is electronically operated. You have your panel dimmer, lane keep assist toggle, your power tailgate release, and traction control. Climate vent for the driver. On this side is your exterior lighting stock, and no matter which turn signal you put on, it'll show your blind spot via that camera, so that's really cool. Then on this side, you got your wiper stock. So going down the center of the interior, you have a speaker up top. Right here is your whole touchscreen infotainment system. We'll go over it more in a bit. Your hazard switch, central climate vents. You have your physical radio controls with your volume, power, and tuning knobs, HTRAC, and then you have several shortcut buttons that correspond to the infotainment system. Below that, you have dual zone automatic climate controls. You have temperature on either side, 3-stage automatic mode, front and rear defrost, recirculation, sync, off, air conditioning, fan speed, different zones, climate. Climate basically brings it up on this infotainment screen. Now with this dial, you have your all-wheel drive lock, but then you also have 4 different driving modes. You have comfort, sport, snow, and smart. Then on either side you have your auto start-stop toggle along with your automatic brake hold, the toggle for your heated steering wheel. You can bring up your exterior cameras with this button, parking sensors toggle, and your hill descent control. And finally you have the controls on either side for your 3-stage heated and cooled front seats. Now here is your gear shifter. It's an array of buttons. So entering reverse reveals a backup camera with guidance lines, also an overhead camera, like bird's eye view, and then you can push these buttons. Look at all these camera views. This is just awesome. Curbsides, you don't have to worry about scraping up on curbs. Camera settings. And then if you go into drive, you got front cameras. Oh yeah, those front view cameras, just excellent in terms of, you even have guidance lines for the front on the overhead camera. Excellent, excellent camera settings. You have a cup holder along with a USB port. Right here's a wireless charging pad. Another cup holder right here. Center console with a removable tray. And then below this whole center console you find a 12-volt power outlet and a USB-A port. A little bit of a shelf on top of the glove box. Both sun visors do have vanity mirrors and lights. Auto-dimming rear view with garage home link. Grab handles at all 4 corners. And on the overhead console, you have your overhead lighting, passenger airbag indicator, roadside assistance, blue link, and then you have your controls for your panoramic sunroof. Massive panoramic sunroof. Alright, and here's the touchscreen infotainment system in this 22 Santa Fe Limited. This is a substantial system. I am probably going to miss a couple things. But let's just start right off the bat with the first thing on the home screen, and that is map. You have your navigation system, zoom, bring up all sorts of points of interest, say coffee shops, and you got all the closest ones right there. Navigation menu. Phone projection, you also have Apple CarPlay, Android Auto capabilities. Voice memo, basically a built-in voice recorder. A lot of Hyundai and Kia models have this now. Bring up your climate control screen on the display, valet mode. Passenger talk, so it's like an intercom system. Then quiet mode, so you can just turn off the back speakers. HD radio data, so local traffic, local fuel prices, that kind of stuff if you got a subscription. This thing is, there's so much stuff in this system. Then for radio, you have AM, FM, and Sirius XM. Plus you also have, well, all sorts of settings right here. But then media, you also have your Bluetooth audio streaming, and you even have sounds of nature. Hyundais and Kias, Genesis models have this. Play various calming sound effects, blue link, notifications, built-in owner's manual, and that's not even the settings. I mean, that's the home screen, then there's more of this, but we'd be here all day if I went into every single little thing. But now we'll roll down the driver's window and have a look at the engine bay. Both front windows are fully automatic. Santa Fe Limiteds ride on these 19-inch 5-split-spoke two-tone alloy rims. The Limited is powered by the Santa Fe's top engine for 2022, which is Hyundai's SmartStream G 2.5-liter turbocharged inline-4. It's an all-aluminum power plant with dual overhead camshafts, 4 valves per cylinder, along with both port and direct injection. Horsepower is rated at 281 at 5,800 RPM, while torque is rated at 311 pound-feet at 4,000 RPM. This engine is paired to an 8-speed dual-clutch transmission, and power in this Santa Fe is sent to all 4 wheels via the optional HTRAC all-wheel drive system. Running on regular unleaded with an 18.8-gallon fuel tank, EPA estimates for a Santa Fe like this one are 21 mpg in the city and 28 mpg on the highway. It has a McPherson strut front suspension and a multi-link rear suspension. Stopping the car are 4-wheel disc brakes with ventilated front rotors. Curb weight is roughly 4,000 pounds. 2.5 turbo Santa Fe's can tow up to 3,500 pounds with the proper equipment. The fuel cap is on the driver's side. bottle holders and storage on the back door panels as well. You also get rear sunshades. And you also have two-stage heated rear seats for both the outboard passengers. Back seats, of course, do fold, 60-40 split. You use this lever to fold them, and you can also use this to recline the back seats as well. The front passenger seat does have a map pocket in the back, coat hooks. Rear passengers do get their own set of climate vents, along with two USB-A ports and a household-style power outlet, in addition to the aforementioned two-stage heated rear seats. And you have a folding center armrest with cup holders. And as for space back here, it's pretty comfortable and spacious. I'm about 6'1" with the driver's seat in a pretty comfortable driving position for myself. Headroom's pretty good, even though it has the panoramic sunroof. I still got headroom. Legroom and footroom is, it's really good. Then again, this is a mid-size 2-row crossover, so you'd expect it to be very spacious. Most compact crossovers are really spacious in the back, so this would compete with like a Ford Edge or Nissan Murano. This just seems like a very, very attractive choice if you're searching for a nice, well-equipped family crossover. Single exhaust, rear wiper, and it does have a power tailgate. With the back seats up, the Santa Fe offers 36.4 cubic feet of cargo space. Fold the back seats down and you now have 72.1 cubic feet of space. You have a 12-volt power outlet. You can use these buttons to fold down the back seats, storage, subwoofer, and nice cargo cover. Anyhow, thanks for checking out this tour of this 2022 Hyundai Santa Fe. And as always, stay on the lookout for future tours.